today. We're going to be mainly focusing on the hips today. Like you all know, I like to start with meditation. So just come and sit yourselves onto a block or cushion of your choice. Make yourself comfortable. Spine nice and tall. Just resting the hands onto the knees. And bring your eyes to a soft close. Take this time to notice if your spine is nice and tall. Notice anywhere you're feeling tension in your body. Just acknowledge it, then let it go. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Take this time to commit yourself to your yoga practice today. Forget about anything that's already happened, anything you've still got left to do. Just focus on being here right now. We're going to bring our attention back to our breath. We're going to inhale for 2 breaths, hold for 2 breaths, exhale for 2 breaths. Breathing in 2, hold 2, exhale 2. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, hold 2, 3, exhale 2, 3, in 2, 3, hold 2, 3, exhale 2, 3, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4. And slowly in your own time, bring yourself back to your natural breath. Feeling your ribs expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Take this time to think of 3 things you're grateful for today, whether that's a person, a situation, or something that's happened. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes to a soft gaze. Okay, so if you're sitting on your block or cushion, just move that out of the way. We're going to start in our child's pose today. Knees apart, feet together, and sit yourself all the way back. Stretching those arms out in front of you and just resting your forehead onto the ground. Take a deep breath into any tight spots, maybe in the hips, the lower back, maybe the neck. Exhale, let all that tension go. Inhale, exhale. Our next breath, you walk our hands over to the left side. Reach all the way around and pull back through the side of your body, breathing into those ribs, allowing the breath to take that stretch even further. Our next breath, you walk our hands over to the right, really breathing into those ribs. Exhale, let that tension go. Our next inhale, we walk our hands over a little bit further to the left. Really press your right hip back. Breathe nice and deep in and out. Inhale over to the other side one more time. Our next breath, you walk our hands back to the center. And just looking forward, we bring ourselves into our tabletop position. So spread those fingers out nice and wide, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. As we exhale, we drop our head and tail down to the ground into our cat pose. Inhale into cow. Exhale, head and tail down to the ground. Push the middle back up to the sky. Inhale, chest and tail up to the sky. We're going to do that 2 more times using your own breath. And we're starting to warm through every single vertebra, from the tip of your tail all the way to the top of your neck. And when you're ready, come back to your tabletop. This time as we inhale, we're going to sit back. And as we exhale, we rock forward. So just starting small. Warming through the hips, the lower back, maybe the neck, upper back. And take that movement a little bigger every time. Make sure you're using the breath. Breathing in as you sit back. And exhale as you come into that cobra position. And when you're ready, come back to your tabletop. Starting small, we start to circle to the right, warming through the wrists, the hands, the knees, the hips. And as we start to get warmer, we take that circle wider, getting all those creaks and crunches out. Maybe let your head and neck go if you're holding any tension there. And when you're ready, start to circle the opposite way. Or you push back into any tight spots. Good. Spreading those fingers nice and wide, pushing the heels of the hands into the mat. We're going to tuck our toes under and push our tailbone up to the sky. Keeping a deep bend in the knees to start with, we're really lengthening the spine. And we slowly press one heel towards the mat and then the other. Warming through the backs of the legs, the calves, the ankles, the feet, hamstrings. And when you're ready, start pressing both heels towards the mat. Really press those hands into the ground, spread the fingers nice and wide. Our ears are resting between our arms and our gaze is towards our belly button. Maybe you give your head a nod or a shake, let go of any tension you're holding there. Our next breath, we look between our hands, slowly walk forward. We inhale, we rise vertebra by vertebra. Head is the last thing to come up. And shoulders roll up, back and down. Good. We're going to start with our sun salutation A to warm up. So coming towards the top of the mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart. We inhale, our hands come all the way to the top. We exhale, roll all the way forward. Inhale, half lifts and lengthen. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the backs of the legs. If you're tight in your hamstrings, just bring your hands onto your shins. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands. Step back into a high plank. Make sure in one strong long line here. We don't want the hips up or sinking. We want to be strong. Press the heels back to the back of the room. Knees or toes up to you. We lower down through chaturanga. Keeping those elbows in close to the sides of the body. Inhale, cobra. Deep bend in the elbows to start with. Shoulders are pressing down, we're gazing forward. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Press back to your down dog. 3 breaths here, in and out. Really keep working to lengthen that spine. Notice if you have even pressure on the inside of your hands to the outside of your hands, inside of your feet to outside of the feet. Breathe into any tight spots. Exhale, let that tension go. Our next breath, we look between our hands, step or walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, brace the belly, rise all the way to the top. Hands to prayer and prayer to your heart. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, plant those hands and step back into your high plank. Good. From here, we're going to lower down halfway, so knees or toes up to you. Elbows stay into the side of the body like a grasshopper. And we hold for 1 breath. And then come all the way down. We come up into our cobra, a little bit higher this time. Press those elbows into the sides of the body. Shoulders pressing down away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Back to your down dog. 3 breaths here, in and out. We're still working to lengthen that spine, activate the shoulders. Press the heels of your hands and your fingertips into the ground. Our next breath, we look between the hands, step or walk the feet forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, brace the belly, rise all the way to the top. Hands to prayer and prayer to your heart. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, plant those hands and step back into your high plank. Knees or toes up to you as we come down through our chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Coming up maybe as high as possible this time. Still pressing the shoulders down, heart shining forward. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Back to our down dog. 1 breath here, in and out. Our next inhale, our right foot comes up to the sky. As we exhale, our right knee comes to our left elbow. Inhale, right foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right foot comes up to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right foot comes up to the sky. Exhale, back to down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next breath, our left foot comes up to the sky. As we exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left foot up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left foot up to the sky. Exhale, back to our down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next breath, we look between our hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, brace the belly, rise all the way to the top. Hands to prayer and prayer to your heart. Okay, so we're going to come into our sun salutation B now. Now, if you need a drink or a rest in child's pose, please take it whenever you need it. So we're coming towards the top of our mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart. We're going to inhale, sit all the way back, sweep the sides of the feet. We sit back into our chair pose at Utkatasana. Lift the heart, try and tuck the pelvis under, and if you can, sink a little deeper. Our hands come to prayer in front of our heart. We're going to twist over to the right so the left elbow comes onto the outside of the right knee. Press those palms together, twisting deeper through the body. Now if you can, open your arms and take that twist a little deeper. Next breath, hands come back to prayer. Exhale, hands come to the mat, spread them nice and wide. We step back into our high plank. Coming down through chaturanga of your choice. Maybe you want to do your one-legged chaturanga. Still keep those elbows in and controlled. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Press back to down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next breath, our right leg lifts up to the sky. As we exhale, we curl the right knee underneath the left arm and step that right foot through. Pressing into that right hand, left hand up to the sky. Now you're welcome to stay here. Maybe you just want to lift your bottom leg. Maybe if you can, reach those right toes with the left hand and try and bring them as close as you can towards your face. Good, keep breathing guys, don't hold your breath. Release the foot, press both hands into the ground, pushing the right toes up into the sky. Exhale, curl that right knee towards the nose, step the right foot between the hands. Our back foot turns 45 degrees. We square the hips and come up into our warrior one. So make sure your hips are nice and square here. Make sure the knees are in line with the foot, not folding in or out. Your arms are nice, long and strong. So from here, we're going to interlock our hands behind our back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now you're welcome to stay here or come with me for a forward fold. Keep breathing wherever you are. If you are in your forward fold, try not to let any tension collect in your head and neck. Just let gravity take the weight of the head. Our next inhale, release. Come all the way back to your warrior one. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat. Step back into your high plank. Lowering down for your chaturanga of choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Back to our down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next inhale, our left foot comes up to the sky. As we exhale, we curl our left knee underneath our right arm. Step that left foot through. Release the right hand up to the sky. So you've got options, guys. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe you want to hover that left foot. Maybe you can reach your big toe with your right hand. Bring that left foot towards you. Wherever you are, keep pressing your left hand into the ground. And then press both hands into the mat. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Curl the left knee towards the nose. Step the left foot through. Back foot turns 45 degrees. Square those hips up and come into warrior one. Breathing in and out. Good, well done. So from here we interlock the hands behind the back. Squeeze the chest forward. Again, stay here or come with me for a forward fold. Nice breaths in and out. The most important part about yoga is you're always breathing, you're never holding the breath. Our next breath, squeeze those shoulder blades together, come all the way back up into your warrior one. Exhale, float those hands down towards the mat, sit back into your high plank. Coming down, whichever chaturanga you wish. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, press back to your down dog. 2 breaths here, in and out. Keep spreading those fingers wide. Keep lengthening through the spine. Our next breath, we look between the hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the sides of the feet. Come into your Utkatasana. Bring your hands to prayer. This time we're twisting over the left side. Right elbow comes onto the outside of the left knee. Press those palms together. If you want to take that twist further, open the arms out. Our next breath, we bring our hands back to prayer. We rise all the way up. And hands relax down by the side. Well done. So we're going to come into our first sequence today. Feet together. We step back on our right leg into our high crescent lunge. So just take a minute to check your alignment here. Check that that front knee is in line with the foot, not folding in or out. Make sure these hips are really square. Push that right hip around to the front of your mat. And if you can, just tuck the pelvis under a little bit. Arms are long and strong, and we sink if we want to challenge ourselves today. Keep breathing, keep looking forward. From here, our back foot turns 90 degrees, parallel with the back of our mat, and we open our arms out into warrior two. Just have a look down, make sure this front knee hasn't started to fold in, keep pressing it out. Check your back middle fingers in line with your front middle finger. Shoulders relaxed. We're going to reverse our arms from here. Right hand comes onto the back leg. We inhale the left hand up to the sky. Bring it into the front side of the body. Now if you have lower back issues, you stay here. If you want to take this further, inhale those fingertips higher. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Our next breath, we come back to our warrior two. From here, we're going to straighten that front leg. Imagine someone pulling that middle finger forward, and we drop into our Trikonasana or triangle pose. So if you're tight in your hamstrings, maybe your hand comes higher up onto your knee. If you're a little bit looser, maybe calf, ankle, foot. We're really opening that right shoulder, and if we can, turning our gaze towards that top hand. Should feel a nice stretch on the inside of the front leg. And if you're struggling with your balance, just visualize you squeezing those inner thighs together. From here, we circle that top arm round to the front. Both hands come to the inside of the left foot. We release the back heel as we come into our lizard pose. We're gazing forward. So take a minute here. If this is too intense for you today, guys, just drop that back knee. If you want to take it further, come down onto your forearms. And we're gazing forward because our lizards need to catch their fly, and this is lizard pose. Take a minute to breathe into those hips, anywhere that feels tight. As you exhale, let that tension go. Our next breath, we come back into our hands, bring that back knee down. We're just going to bring our hips back to the back of the room, really pressing that left hip back, trying to keep as square as we can. Now if you are tight in your hamstrings, maybe you lift up onto your fingertips or use a block. If you're a little bit looser, just walk those fingertips forward and try and rest your head down there. Really breathe into the back of the leg there, the sciatic nerve. Exhale, visualize that tension leaving your body. Our next breath, we bend that front knee forward. From here, we're going to inhale our hands up. And if you want, take a little back bend. Exhale, come forward. So our right hand comes under our face, and we exhale our left hand up to the sky. So you're welcome to take the passive pose. If you want to increase this or make it active, tuck those back toes under, lift the back knee up, and open out a little further. Pressing that right hand into the ground. Good, keep breathing. Exhale, left hand comes down. We inhale, right hand up to the sky. Good. Exhale, right hand comes down. So we walk our left foot over to the outside of the left mat. Our right hand comes to the outside of the right mat. Gently, we're using our left hand, we press our left knee out and drop our head to the right hand side. So I'll just do that facing you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, really feel that nice opening up of the inside of the hip. Good, one more breath here, in and out. Now from here, we're going to bend that back leg if we can. If not, don't worry about it, you shouldn't feel a cramping. We're going to bring our left hand overhead, and if we can, grip that back foot and slowly bring it towards us. So maybe use your yoga strap if you've got one. Remember, if you start to cramp, please stop. Feel what's good for your body today. Listen to what your body needs. Our next breath, release that back foot down. Slowly walk that left foot back to the center. We exhale, drop our hips to the back of the room into our half hanuman again. Now you've got options, guys. If you're working towards your full split, take your back toes under and press that left leg forward if you want to come into your full split. Maybe if you can take the full split, bring the arms up and look up to the sky. Try and keep the hips as square as possible. Keep breathing. Exhale, hands come down and just come back into your half hanuman. Good. We rock forward, press both hands into the mat, tuck the toes under and come back into our high plank. So you're welcome to have a rest in your child's pose or come with me for vinyasa. Three breaths in and out wherever you are. If you're in your down dog, remember it's an active pose. If you're in your child's pose, really relax and breathe into the spine and hips. If you're in your child's pose, I invite you to come back into your down dog. Our next breath, we look between the hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, brace the belly, rise to the top, hands to prayer, and prayer to your heart. Get ready to go on the other side, guys. So we step back on our left leg into our high crescent lunge. Again, take that time to set yourself up. Check that alignment. Check that you can still see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, you need to step wider. Really square those hips up, tuck the pelvis under, and if you want to challenge yourself, sink a little deeper. So from here, we open our back foot out 90 degrees, parallel with the back of our mat, and we open out into our warrior two. Feeling really strong and grounded in this pose. Our next breath, back hand comes onto back thigh, and we inhale, right hand up to the sky. Really breathe into the front side of the body, let those ribs stretch as you breathe in, and relax as you exhale. Our next breath, we come back into our warrior two. Straighten that front leg, come forward and then drop into our trikonasana or triangle pose. Really push your left hip to the back of the room. Gaze up towards that top hand if you can. From here we circle our top arm down to the ground. Step both hands are now on the inside of the right foot and we release that back heel. So looking forward, really breathing into our lizard pose. And notice if you feel a little bit tighter or a little bit looser on this side than the other. Remember, you've got your options, guys. Back knee can come down. Or if you want, come down onto your forearms. Keep looking forward and keep breathing. Keep breathing into those tight spots. Exhale, let that tension go. Let go of what no longer serves you. Good. Our next breath, you come back onto our hands, back knee comes down. Press those hips to the back of the mat. Try and keep them as square as possible as we come into our half hanuman. Remember, walk your fingers up or down wherever you need to, and keep breathing into that sciatic nerve, letting all that tension go. Our next breath, bend the front knee, come forward, release the toes. We inhale the arms all the way up, lengthen through the spine, and if you want, take a little back bend here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Our left hand comes under our face. Now you can either keep the toes untucked, or you can tuck the toes and lift the back knee as we open our right arm out to the side. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, we open the left hand out to the side. Exhale, left hand comes down. So from here, we're going to place our back knee down. Walk our right foot to the outside edge of the right mat. Our left hand comes to the left side. Gently with our right hand, we press our right knee out. And if we can, drop our head over to the left side. Feel that nice opening of the hips, the groin. Inhale, release. Bring the hand back down. If you can, bend that back leg. We'll bring our right hand behind us and bring our left foot towards us. That nice stretch through the psoas, through the quad. You breathe into that nice stretch, using your yoga strap if you need to as well. Our next breath, we release that back foot. Slowly walk our front foot back in line. Exhale, press back to our half hanuman pose. Now again, guys, up to you if you're working towards your full split. Tuck your back toe under, bringing the right leg forward. Keeping those hips as square as you can. And if you can, bring your hands to prayer. Good. And when you're ready, you come back to your half hanuman. That's it, tuck the toes under, bring that heel back. Sit yourself all the way back. Good. Bend that front knee, press onto the hands, tuck the toes under, back to your high plank. Coming down from your vinyasa. Two breaths here, in and out. Our next breath, we look between the hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, brace the belly, rise all the way to the top. Hands to prayer, prayer to your heart. Good, one last one, guys. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. We come down through chaturanga of your choice, keeping nice and strong, controlled. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, back to down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next breath, we inhale, right foot up to the sky. As we exhale, we bend that top leg, looking underneath our right armpit. When you breathe into the opening of the hip, in and out. So you're welcome to stay here, or from here, come with me. Drop that right foot onto the ground behind you, push the hips up to the sky, into our wild thing. Keep breathing in and out. Our next breath, we bring both hands back to the mat, kick that right foot up to the sky. As we exhale, we bend the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. As we come into our pigeon pose. Truly square yourself up there. I'm just going to come face towards you so you can see me. So try and get your right knee on the outside of the right wrist. So nice and square there. Try not to get the knee inside. If you are tight in your hips or knees, just bring your block underneath your right hip. If you feel comfortable with this, slowly walk your hands forward and rest into your pigeon pose. So breathing into those hips, keeping square, let all that tension go. Now you're welcome to stay here. If you want to take this a little bit further, slowly start to walk your fingertips back up. If you can, bend that back leg. If it's in your practice today, hook your left elbow into your left foot there.
And if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take your mermaid, bring your right hand up to meet your left hand and gaze forward. Couple of breaths here, in and out. Our next breath, we release our hands all the way down. Tuck our toes under, press back to our down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our next breath, we inhale, left foot up to the sky. As we exhale, we bend that top leg, looking underneath our left armpit. Really feeling that nice twist and opening out that left hip. Now you're welcome to stay here or come with me into your wild thing. Left foot drops behind you and you press your hips up to the sky. One more breath. From here, our left hand comes onto the mat. We kick those left toes up to the sky. As we exhale, left knee comes to the outside of the left wrist. Square yourself up. Just notice, check that your back leg's in line with your back hip. Square your hips up. And if you feel comfortable, slowly walk your hands forward, resting down in that pigeon pose. Now, pigeon's quite a deep stretch. It's one where your mind might start to take over. But just bring yourself back to your breath. Breathing into those tight spots. Exhale, let it all go. Just know that discomfort is always temporary. Now you're welcome to stay here, or if you want to take this further, slowly walk your hands back up. Bend that back leg. Maybe you can grab that back foot. Maybe you can hook your right elbow into that right foot. Now if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take this further into your mermaid pose, inhale that left arm up and gaze forward. One more breath. Our next breath, release all the way down. Tuck the toes under, press back to your down dog. One breath here, in and out. Our right hand comes onto the outside of the left ankle and we pull ourselves all the way through. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand to outside of right ankle. Good, relax. Bring hands back to down dog. We look between the hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, brace the belly, rise all the way to the top. Hands to prayer and prayer to your heart. Good, well done guys. So we're going to come into our balance for today, our dancer's pose. Spread those left toes out nice and wide. Really feel strong and grounded into the earth. Bend that right leg, you're holding on the inside of the right foot with the right hand. Our left hand comes in line with the shoulder, really press those hips forward, keep the knees together to start with. Now pick a spot in front of you that doesn't move, that's your gaze, your drishti. We inhale, lengthen, look up, and as we exhale, we slowly start to kick our back foot into our back hand. We're lifting up, not forward. Keep breathing, keep squeezing. If you have a little wobble, that's fine. You just come back into it when you need to. Slowly exhale and come all the way back down. Good. Give a little shake. Ready for the other side. So spread those right toes nice and wide. We bend the left leg, holding on the inside of the left foot. Knees together, press those hips forward. Our right hand comes out in line with the right shoulder. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly start to kick that back foot into that back hand. Lifting up. Good, keep breathing. Exhale, slowly start to lower down. And give it a little shake. Well done. Okay, so we're coming sort of hip width apart. Our feet turn out slightly. Just keep your block nearby, just in case you want it. We're going to inhale our arms all the way up. As we exhale, we sit all the way down into our yogi squat, pressing our knees out with our elbows, pushing our palms together, shining our heart forward. Now if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take a more restorative pose, just sit onto your block, and you're still getting really good stretch to the inside of the hips, just taking some of the pressure off the joints. Keep pushing those palms together, keep lengthening. So you can stay here if you want to come with me. The left hand onto the floor, we open the right hand up to the sky. Inhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right hand up to the sky. From here, right hand comes down. We lengthen that left leg all the way down. Try and keep that right heel into the mat. If you can, bring your hands to prayer. Up to you. Keep lengthening. Exhale, we shift over to the left side. You can use your hands or not, up to you. Okay, pushing the palms together, look forward. Inhale, over to the right. Right hand comes down, we inhale the left hand up. Hand back to center, over to the left. Left hand comes down, inhale the right hand up. Exhale, back to the center. Just turn those feet parallel. Walk your hands all the way behind you, let the head rest down. And then coming back onto your fingertips, lengthen through the spine. Slowly bring the feet back together. And then take a forward fold. So from here, we're just going to bend our knees quite deeply, holding onto our elbows behind our knees. Nice deep bend, resting your torso onto your thighs, let the head and neck go. And every time we exhale, we're going to start to lengthen out through our legs. Keeping the weight forward into the toes. Breathe into that sciatic nerve, hamstrings, maybe the back. Good. Exhale, release the hands. Come onto your knees and sit yourselves all the way down. Okay. So from here, we're just going to stretch one leg, our right leg out in front of us. Our left foot comes into our right thigh. We inhale the arms up. We exhale, fold forward over the long leg. Nice deep breaths in and out. Maybe your hands only reach your calf. That's fine. If you can reach your foot, reach your foot. Inhale all the way back up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting over the left knee, right hand onto the back of that knee. We're twisting round from the base of our spine all the way to the top of our neck. Inhale, back to the center, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Our right hand stays on our right foot and we gently bring our left hand onto our left knee. We gently press that left knee down and look behind our left shoulder, opening out through the side of the hip and the side of the body. Really breathe into that stretch. Exhale, release. And we switch our legs over. Left leg out, right foot comes into the thigh. Sit nice and evenly onto those tailbones. We inhale our hands all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep pressing the back of the left knee into the ground. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. Exhale, we twist over the right side, left hand on the back of the right knee. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. We keep the left hand where it is, right hand gently presses down the right knee. And we twist to look behind the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, release. So we're just going to cross our legs over. So you want to aim to get our knees on top of each other. If you are tight in your hips, just make sure both sides of your pelvis are down. So don't worry about getting the knees in line if you are tight. If you can, try and get your knees in line with each other, still pressing both sides of the pelvis into the ground. If you look down, your feet should aim to be in line with each other as we come into our shoelace pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly walk your fingertips forward. Really breathe into that outside of the hip. If this is too much for you, maybe you want to rest onto a cushion or a block instead of onto your knee. Do whatever feels good for your body today. Inhale, slowly walk those hands back up and cross the leg, and the other leg crosses on top. So again, most important thing is both sides of your hips are into the ground, both sides of the pelvis. If you can, aim to get those knees in line with each other. And if you look down, feet should be in line with each other too. Inhale, lengthen. And slowly exhale, walk your fingertips forward. Keeping those hips down into the ground. Really breathe into that deep stretch on the outside of the thigh and glute. And inhale, slowly walk your hands back up. Well done. Okay, so we're going to take our bridge pose. So bend those knees. Coming maybe a little bit forward onto your mat. We slowly roll all the way down. Okay, so we walk the heels as close to the bottom as possible. If you look down on the outside edge, you should be able to see the outside edge of your foot on each side. Palms are resting up. We inhale, we're rolling up vertebra by vertebra. From the tailbone, up past the belly button, all the way up to the top of the shoulders. Keep the knees pressing inwards, don't let them flare. Look at folding our shoulders underneath us if we can. Maybe you like to bring your hands interlinked and press your pinkies into the ground. Pushing those hips up to the sky. Now you're welcome to stay here, guys, if it's in your practice. Maybe take a full wheel, fingertips point towards the shoulders. And we press up onto our hands. Keep those hips pressing up and try and bring your chest in line with your arms. One more breath. And slowly roll all the way back down, hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a little circle, circling them to the right, massaging out the lower back, sacroiliac joints, and when you're ready, circle them the opposite way. Knees come out nice and wide, feet come up. We're holding onto our big toes with our peace fingers or the outside edge of our feet with our hands. Whatever's comfortable as we come into our happy baby. Really press your sacrum into the ground. And if you feel comfortable, gently rock from side to side, massaging out that low back even more. If it's in your practice today, straighten those legs and just get more of a hamstring involvement there. Good. Knees bending. We cross our right over our left. Arms come out nice and wide. Exhale, drop the legs over to the left. If we can, look towards the right. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, knees drop to the other side. And our head looks towards the left. Really breathe into that deep twist. Inhale up to the center, release that right foot down. Our left leg crosses over the right, and as we exhale, we drop our legs over to the right hand side and turn our gaze towards the left. Inhale up to the center, exhale, drop the legs over to the left, and we look towards the right. Inhale back to the center, release the leg. Take this time to take whichever stretch you wish or you feel your body needs. When you're ready, relax into your Shavasana. Feet come to the outside edge of the mat. Hands rest down by your hips, by the side of your body, palms facing up. And just gently close the eyes down. Allow your hips to relax, your knees to relax, your feet to relax. Allow your shoulders to relax, your neck to relax, your hands to relax. Notice if you're holding any tension in the jaw, the area between your eyebrows. Allow your spine to feel supported by the earth. If your mind starts to wander, just slowly bring it back to your breath. Take this time to enjoy this wonderful, peaceful, silent moment. If you're at home, you could stay here for 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to come with me, slowly bring some awareness back into your body. Wriggle those toes, wriggle those fingers. Gently bend those knees up and just roll onto your side and just rest there for a moment. Keeping those eyes closed, when you're ready, bring yourself back to a comfortable seated position. Spine tall. We take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose
And out through the mouth. Take this time to notice how your body feels after your yoga practice today. Forget about anything that was on your mind earlier, things you've still got left to do. Just notice if you feel more relaxed, more at peace, maybe just more even from side to side. And just remind yourself of 3 things you're grateful for at the beginning of today's practice. Whether that's a person, a situation, or something that's happened. And when you're ready, gently bring your hands to prayer and open your eyes to a soft gaze. The love and light in me honors the love and light in you. Namaste.